persistence and consistency breeds efficiency. That's what you're going to see from Kyrie Irving in this breakdown. He's going to run through the same exact sideline out of bounds set, right? Notice, Kyrie Irving 2013. The ball is going to start over here, right? The ball's going to start here. It's going to get passed here. Then it's going to pass there. You're going to see it in a second like this. Pass there. Kyrie catches. Pass here. Now, the spacing of the floor. We done talked about this in a lot of videos. Kyrie has now all four to his left side, right? 1, 2, 3, and 4. And he has nobody to his right. Sometimes he might have somebody in this corner, but nonetheless, it doesn't matter too much because if there's somebody there, they won't play help. And so what you're going to see Kyrie do is that in this same set, watch how consistent he is. Watch how persistent he is in doing what is good. Watch his reads. Catch here, triple threat, jab game, shot over the top, bucket, right? Notice the same set. Sideline out of bounds, right? You got 33 right here. They're running this little set. Kyrie's going to pop out from this elbow, going against another guard. Triple threat game. Jab, create space, shot over the top, bucket. Sometimes you don't even need a dribble to score. This is why y'all need the triple threat game. You'll make scoring so much easier. Let's keep going. Notice, this is another time. It got cut off, right? This is Darren Collison going against the Mavs. Notice it's the same exact spacing. The ball came out over here. He took the ball out, went there. He swung it over, ran down here, and now Kyrie is going against Darren Collison, has this big gap right here. So what does Kyrie end up doing? Pull up over the top. No, not even a hand. That's almost disrespectful. That kind of is almost disrespectful. Boom. Another bucket. Sideline out of bounds. You seen that pass? 33 over here. Kyrie's got Brandon Jennings on him, right? Brandon Jennings. Catch right there. And now Kyrie loves these smaller matchups because anytime he gets the ball in the triple threat in these matchups, right? No dribble, no nothing. He could have his back turned. He just loves to shoot over the top because he knows how to adjust a shot to get over him, right? And so that's what you see him do with Darren Collison on the last play. And he has Brandon Jennings here. Guess what? Turn it back, boom, over the top, bucket, right? And he loves to catch even deeper as well. He loves to catch those deep, right? So boom. Some other times, right? You're gonna see this too. It may start from the baseline, so the pass may go from here, right, down to here. Then Kyrie's gonna pop out and get this catch, right? And so this is really the true benefit of the triple threat. That Kyrie, even with Maurice Harkless on him, right? Someone who's about 6'7", 6'8", probably about 7-foot wingspan, right? When he's so good in the triple threat that he's able to just know his spacing and know how he's able to pull up without even needing the dribble, and it just shoots over the top. They'll do the same set, baseline out of bounds or sideline out of bounds. Kyrie catches this here, travels, right? Pump fake. You see him make all those? He missed it. Right? But this is another game. The important part about this is that he catches at this elbow again, right? He has a triple threat here, shoots it, and he knocks it down. And now this is what I want to break down for y'all, right? Right here, Galatians 6:9. It says, let us not become weary in doing good, for at a proper time we will reap a harvest if we do not give up. That's why you cannot let your misses affect the shots you'll take in the future, because it will throw off your efficiency. If you as a player decide to let a couple missed shots tell you to stop shooting a shot that you know you can knock down, that's absolutely foolish, because basketball is a game of probability and not perfection. You'll never be able to hit every single shot, which is why if your heart, if your joy in the game resides within you playing very well, you're always going to end up upset because you can never be perfect. That's why in the game you got to stay persistent in doing good, and that comes with the byproduct of having the mindset of a learner. When you have the mindset of a learner, when you have the mindset of someone who understands that, okay, if I mess up, how could I get better, right? If I'm doing well, how can I even stay efficient? How can I stay consistent? You press in and go forward. You don't fall back and stop doing it. You keep going. You keep going. That's what it means. That's what Galatians 6:9 means when applied to a basketball standpoint. Right? So now let's go back to the breakdown, right? Let's go back to the breakdown, right? Let's watch Kyrie continuously stay persistent in doing good, right? Because he's, like I said, you like the word said, forget that. We will reap a harvest if we do not give up. It doesn't matter if he makes it, doesn't matter if he misses it. Doesn't matter if they're up on the scoreboard or down on the scoreboard. It doesn't matter. Guess what Kyrie's gonna do here on this play, right? Let me break this down. Catches this, understand. You can see where his head is looking at this point, right? His head is looking straight over here. Right? Looking straight to his weak side. Now, of course, you got this movement. You've been doing this action before, right? You've been having this stuff go on. Everybody's head is already turned. Nobody's really set. But guess what Kyrie's doing? Because now that happens, look at Eric Gordon. He's turned that way. Since Kyrie is looking up like this, he has Eric Gordon looking like this. Because just his eyes and also his demeanor. He's vertical, right? So what does Kyrie do? Galatians 6:9. Do not grow weary in doing good. Shot over the top, bucket. Let's keep going. Avery Bradley caught it right here at the slot. Pump fake, jab, shot. Don't matter. Bucket, right? Bucket. Now another one, caught at the top over here, right? Notice this, cross step, right? Shot over the top. Guess what? Bucket. Do not grow weary in doing good. You will reap if you do not give up. I promise you. I promise. Understand, another situation here with Andre Iguodala, right? He's got a good defender on him, Iguodala, right? But Iguodala is pressed up tight at the top of the key. And guess the reason why he's able to get past him? The reason why he's able to is because look at all this space over here. When you have more space, this is the key. When you have more space, you have more room to turn the corner, right? So your angles could be wider and you could still get from A to B and finish, right? Because you could go so wide that you're not running into anybody. You could just turn the corner. And so what's going to end up happening here with Kyrie is that he doesn't need to keep a super sharp angle, right, to be able to get past Iguodala. He can use a wide angle. He can use as wide of an angle as he needs to get past him. So he just rips hard, goes wide, and is able to get right there, right, float right there at the rim. He's going against another smaller guard. I think that's John Lucas, right? Notice, understand, same play, all onto his right side. He has this empty corner. Notice what ends up happening. Where does he go? Jab, left side, goes to the rim, boom, gets fouled from behind. Right? Let's keep it going. I'm telling you, this is consistency. Like, this is drill work for him. And mind you, how does Kyrie from this play know how to get to this spot and get to that spot and do these different things? It's because he spent time studying the game. I promise you, you will not. Kyrie is so efficient in this play because he's actually spent time, sat there. When the coach gave him the play, he said, okay, I can have these spots. I need to make sure when I get into the gym that I'm working on these exact shots. That I'm working on these shots. I'm working on these different fields. I'm visualizing different defenders. And I'm actually sitting there and thinking about the spots I'm going to get into, and I'm training those things. Now Kyrie going against Kyle Lowry. Same spacing. This is the same sideline out of bounds set, right? Forward to this left side. Guess where Kyrie got space? On this side over here. But even as he drives, he's not going to stop reading the floor. He's not going to stop. Because now Kyrie, notice, rip left, boom, right there, float, bump, and one. Pay attention. Now he's got Pablo Prigioni. And this is a very unique play because what you're going to see now here is how a team should actually counter Kyrie attacking off of this play, right? Aside from like denying him the ball and whatever, right? This is how you should counter this play. And the Knicks guarded very well. You see Pablo Prigioni with his right hand telling the middle side to load up, right? Because he wants to take away this baseline. And like I said, there will be times where somebody's in the corner and there's somebody right here in this corner. So what he's doing now is what? Taking away this side, right? He doesn't want him to go baseline because he knows this man can't help too much, right? So he's telling J.R. Smith to come here and load up. So J.R. Smith, you're going to see in a second, is going to come and load up. So he's taking away the space that he has in the corner, right? He's taking away that away, and now he's trying to force him into this gap with this help to force him to drive and then just kick the ball out over here or to somebody swing, just get the ball out of Kyrie's hands. Because 2013, they only got Kyrie. Keep it a buck, right? You got Kyrie. Deion Waiters was solid. But I don't know what was necessarily going on because he's definitely a talented player. But nonetheless, they're like anybody but Kyrie, right? So boom. Now Kyrie, how is he going to go against this? He's got JR loaded up on the nail. He's got Prigioni taking away this baseline, right? You got JR right here, boom, taking this away. He's ready to come over and help plug that up. And you got Tyson Chandler. One of the best rim protectors in the league at this time, on the weak side. So how is Kyrie going to be able to get his bucket? Watch. He's here. Jab. Watch. Jab cross. He made Pablo Prigioni bite. And now making him bite to this right side, it expands this gap to this middle. To where now, although J.R. Smith is on this nail, right? Although he's on this nail, he has a man on this weak side. And you even see a flare screen being set here. J Kidd may be able to see it, but nonetheless, it's still something you got to worry about. And this defender on the nail will only go so far. Meaning that, notice, watch what happens. Watch what JR does. He can't even close that gap up all the way, and Kyrie just gets himself skinny, right? He literally comes there, gets skinny, right? So he can be able to get through that gap, right? Puts the ball above his head, right? Ball is above his head. His body is literally as thin as it could possibly get. And so at this point, he's able to go here, and Tyson Chandler guesses where? He's still outside the slot because he's sitting there watching all this. Is like, how is Kyrie going to get through that? But that little jab cross made Prigioni bite and open up all the gap that he needed. Creation of gaps, right? So now he gets here, jumps off that right, and lays at the rim. That is an incredibly tough play, and I'm low-key still in awe. It's like, dang, there's a lot to it. But the only thing that's to which he really read was Prigioni taking away that baseline, making them bite to that side off that move, and then you just simply get skinny. All of it is really subconscious, but it must get to the point where you just kind of just flow as a player. You already know these things. You've been played so much, and you don't have to consciously think about every move that you're doing in the course of a game. That is what the time off the court is should be spent for. Telling y'all, invest into y'all minds, man. Join the discipline or regret community. Join, man.